I did not want to play Don't Chat with Strangers on camera. It bothered me at first. I wanted to wait until there was a little more sunlight coming in through the windows. And I'm a man who played FNAF on camera, too. Fuck, what are you? 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 Fuck, I don't want to hang out with you. We're not gonna be friends! What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Ah! That is the first thing I'll say for indie horror puzzler Don't Chat. It makes a strong first impression. The isolated creep factor is powerful in the first sessions of play, and while that effect wears off after a little while, Don't Chat with Strangers has some fairly strong instincts when it comes to the urban legend feel of how to freak you out. Don't Chat with Strangers was released in January of 2017 by Bartosz Bajarowski, the same developer who made The Madness of Little Emma, a fairly creepy little roguelike action game. And while Don't Chat is far from perfect, I'd like to think of it as a promise for something more substantial down the line. Don't Chat with Strangers is a short indie game about meeting a creepy ghost online and surviving her wrath. And with the proliferation of creepypastas and an all-too-real world of internet strangers with ulterior motives, the initial uneasiness is pretty hard to ignore. A digital stranger wakes you in the middle of the night, attempting sometimes awkward, sometimes needy dialogue with you. A person she has supposedly never met. You're just some nameless guy in a one-room apartment, attempting to avoid death by hanging, and your own car, and yeah, crucifixion. The gameplay largely adds up to choosing different dialogue options with the mysterious Lucy 1, and occasionally playing lo-fi video games with her. There's a succession of correct choices to make if you want to survive the evening, and the slightest wrong answer or poor choice means you'll need to start over from the beginning. Just like the initial creep factor I mentioned before, the gameplay starts strong, but peters out slowly as you progress. There are more than a handful of entertaining ways to die, but as far as I could tell, only one real way to ultimately win. And while several of the deaths were entertaining and even chilling, I was hoping for a more winding path when it came to this sort of gameplay. Something about it made me hope for an experience along the lines of games like Please Don't Touch Anything, where the endings had more variation than simply living or dying. This might be an unfair comparison. Don't Chat with Strangers is a simple enough game with its own agenda. Perhaps it's just my disappointment following up such a great atmosphere at the beginning with what ends up being a somewhat glitchy, straightforward horror puzzler. Oh, and the glitches. Yeah, we should definitely talk about those. Inherent in a spooky game about computers is glitch horror. Another thing Don't Chat does pretty well. Lucy 1's face flashes from a regular woman to a horrible visage in the blink of an eye. Alternate text detailing your gruesome fate replaces her messages to you in split-second flashes. It's very effective, and it sets the mood wonderfully. However, Don't Chat with Strangers itself is pretty buggy. As you would expect with this style of game, certain dialogue choices and actions set different moments in motion. Answer a certain way, and a ghostly woman approaches you from behind. Take a certain action and a horrible sludge crawls out of your computer and waits for you in your bed. The problem with these moments is that there doesn't seem to be a central system that guides them. That doesn't sound like a big deal until you've died dozens of times and you're trying different combinations, and the ooze is in the bed and the ghost lady's coming your way, but the phone's ringing, and oh shit, I got hanged again, but somehow my body's still standing in front of the fucking computer. I guess my point is this: if you're making a game that deals a heavy dose of glitch horror, make sure the game itself is as glitch-free as you can make it. It sort of undercuts the scares, you know? Overall, Don't Chat with Strangers isn't half bad. It starts strong, and it's a shame that it couldn't keep up this pace. However, it's clear that Bartosz Bajarowski, I think that's how you pronounce his name, sorry Bartosz, has a decent enough grasp of horror atmosphere. I'd like to see what he'd do with a lengthier project, perhaps one in which I don't die from being hanged from the ceiling 150 times in a row.
If Daddy don't sink a little drinky, Daddy gets sad and blue. Sneak a little drinky, sneakity-doo. Sneak a little drinky past you. Sneak a little drinky, sneakity-doo. Sneak a little drinky past you.